Good morning, guys. This is Becca, and yes, it is still morning. Just within 30 minutes, though, it'll be noontime. This is in the South and Central Time Zone, so it's around 11:30 a.m. where I'm at this morning. We are here for our Saturdays Rocking with Becca. That's why I'm sitting in my rocking chair rocking and holding a baby. I'm rocking a baby. So for today, we are featuring little Darla. This is my sweet little Darla. She is a partial silicone and she's my baby. Of course, guys, I was thinking I had $100 and 100 dolls, babies, not dollars. I don't have $100. I wish. I mean, not that I can spend on what I want to. You know what I mean? I have bills and things. But I need to recount my Paradise Galleries, Amazon, and Ashton Drake together. I need to count them and make sure how many I do have, because I noticed on my list, I was looking at it last night, I do my list on a spreadsheet on the computer so it can add up everything for me and I don't have to do the math. And I had gotten where my total was 100. Now that's not just reborns, that's every kind of doll I have, like my monkeys, my Cabbage Patch, my display dolls. That's every kind of doll I have. It showed the total was 100. And so I was just going down the list, you know, to see which dolls I was going to put on next or whatever. And, you know, because I do it by list, one right after another, and rotate them. That's the way I like to do it. And, I was looking where under the Paradise Galleries section, because I do on the spreadsheet, I section them out. I noticed that I had about 3 or 4 babies listed twice. How I did that, I don't know. But I did. And so I deleted the duplicates. And so that put my total, you know, it took about 4 or 5 off of my total. So I think it was 97 is what the total of every doll, you know, every kind. I think it was 97. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I've lost my train of thought of why I'm telling you this. But anyway, I need to recount my Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries because they're under one list and my Reborns is under another list. I need to recount them. Oh, I need to recount them. I guess I was just telling you how many dolls I had. I need to recount them and make sure I've got the right amount up there so I'll know for sure how many dolls I have. I think that's what I was getting at. I can't remember. But like I said, this is my Darla. She isn't, I don't, guys, if I tell you what kind of doll it is, like the kit name and all that, I'm just going to tell you because sometimes I do. Especially if it's the silicone when I feature them. But then sometimes I may not. It's just whatever pops in my mind, guys. That's what I'll do. If I don't tell you the kit of one of my babies and you want to know, just ask me. Just ask me. But she is an Ashton Drake. She is the little Livy, partial silicone from Ashton Drake. And I already had an Olivia. I think I've told y'all this. Just recent. I mean, I know I've told you this before, but it seems like I just in a recent video told you this. And I don't remember showing her recently. I even went back and looked. Because she's just down my list, and I don't know Maybe I was just telling you about my, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Anyway, we're going to get out of that. We're going to get out of that. But she is my Darla. I changed her name to Darla because I do have an Olivia already, a reborn, which is not the reborn's kit, but that's what I named her, is Olivia. And so I couldn't keep, her name is Livy. I changed it, or I didn't want to keep her name as Livy. So I changed it to Darla. Now we're also featuring the new and revised Saturday tag, hosted by our one and only sweet Tamra over at Once Upon a Nursery. And she has revised the Saturday tag of Sunshine, Reborn Sunshine Yellow Saturday. She changed it to Dolly Sunshine Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. It is in the title. And she said you can put any color, any pattern, any theme, any whatever on your baby, just as long as it's making you happy this day, the Saturday you're doing it, and tell why that makes you happy. So, we are featuring, like I said, little Darla, and I've got an outfit laid out for my newborn size babies, laying on my changing table over there, changing table / dresser over there, that I have had laid out for several days. Oh, let me say this before I continue, and y'all, I probably won't remember what I was saying, but this is going to be kind of a lengthy, it's basically going to be my regular length Saturday video, okay? So, there you go. Pause it. Go get you something to drink. I have my tea, my sweet iced tea, and I'm ready. Okay, because we got something to discuss later. But, now see, I lost my train of thought. Oh, that outfit that, no, baby, go get on the bed. Go get on the bed. It's too cold for me to put her outside. It's cold here today. Go get on the bed. Go lay down. Go lay down. Get up there. No. Get up there. Get up there. Mama's doing a video. She ain't listening to me this morning. She usually goes and gets up there, but she's wanting Mama's attention. And I can't be firm very long, and she knows it. But anyway, I've had that outfit laid out for quite a few days, trying to get it on a newborn size baby. And every time I bring up the baby, I decide on doing something different. So my plans was I was going to change Darla in it this morning before I started the video, so she would be dressed, in day clothes. And guys, it's cold today. It's been hot. I've been running the AC, and it's cold today. It's cold. It ain't supposed to get above the 50s, and right now it's colder than the 50s. It hadn't reached its high yet, so it's cold. So I can't put her outside and just leave her, because she gets to shaking and shivering. She's an inside dog. She ain't used to the extreme cold, extreme to us in the South. She ain't used to the extreme cold and the extreme heat, and that is common in the South, extreme heat, but we stay inside in the AC, so she's not used to that. So anyway, I decided that outfit really doesn't make me happy today that I had laid out. And since I was featuring Tamra's tag of Dolly Sunshine Saturday, I hope I'm saying that right, that I was just going to leave Darla in her sleeper that I put her in last night, because this makes me happy. It's a brighter colors. The outfit I was going to put on her was more of a neutral type color, but this is a teal green with a bright pink trim, like along the snap area, around the cuffs of the sleeves, around the neck, And then she has a beautiful little seahorse in the different shades of teal that has tulle, like it's fins or whatever you call that on a seahorse. And it's in that bright pink. There's a starfish that's in the bright pink, and it says Mommy's Girl. And this makes me happy today. And since I'm doing Dolly Sunshine Saturday along with my Rocking with Becca, I just decided, and since it's cold, I decided to leave her in her little sleeper, and because that makes me happy today. So, if you don't know Tamara, go, or if you do know her and you hadn't seen her video yet today, I watched it before I started my video just now. She has revised the tag that I passed on to her. I was doing the Reborn Sunshine Yellow Saturday, and she's revised it, and she's put it as Dolly Sunshine Saturday, and she explains in today's video that she did why she changed it and what you need to do to participate in the tag. So go check her out, and let's get to business. Let's quit rattling and get to business, okay? Okay, so I want to do my shout out today, and my shout out, my poor baby, guys, I wished I could show you, but if I get up, she'll move. She wants to be by me so bad. I feel so bad that this chair is not big enough for her to get up here. Oh, she's sitting right here on the floor by my chair. I can't hardly stand it. I want to hold her, my Macy. I want to hold her so bad. Oh, but I could procrastinate all day long. Let's get to business. All right, I want to do a shout out. I do on my Rocking with Becca. I like to do a shout out of the channels that are under 1,000. The channels I watch that are under 1,000 subscribers. I started to say points, and then I started to say calories, but it's subscribers. I like to shout out those that I watch that are under 1,000 subscribers, and then when I've covered all them, I'm going to start shouting out the ones that has over 1,000, and but I wanted to get the ones under 1,000 first. So today's shout out is Carol's Cuties Reborn Nursery, and her her channel link will be in the description, guys. Go check her out. Also, the reason you need to check her out, not only just to check her out and to give her some YouTube love, she is having a giveaway. And it is for, I think she said 750. Yeah, because with the last time I checked, which was last night, she had 739 subscribers. So she has a Can-Be baby that she is giving away. I'm not entering because I already have that particular kit. So, you know, I want to give someone else a chance to get it since I already have it. But if you, you know, would like to win, if I'm thinking it's Nathan, the kit Nathan that she's giving away. I have all 4 Can-Be babies, so whichever one it is, I have. But she's giving away a Can-Be baby when she reaches 750 subscribers. So go over to Carol's Cuties Reborn Nursery, and like I said, I'll have her link in the description. Go click on it, find her giveaway video, subscribe to her. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of her videos, and you can keep up with the giveaway, and when she starts to, when she does the video to actually find the winner of the giveaway, she tells you in her giveaway video what to do to enter. So go take care of all of that and subscribe to her and let her know, just for the fun of it, let her know that Becca sent you from Becca's Happy Place. Okay, so that's the shout out, so go check her out. All right, now, I am going to have to lay my baby down here. Let's see where I can lay her, because I have some Happy Mail. Let's see, I think I can lay her right here. All right, I'll get you in just a minute, baby. I have some Happy Mail that I want to share with you. It came in the mail yesterday, which my mail has got to where it's running late, like around 4:30. And I don't like that. It used to run like around noon. But I received this in the mail yesterday. I haven't looked in it yet. I did fill in there just now and found the card. It says, Becca. Look at that beautiful envelope with the little birdhouse and the birds. Look at the back of it with the branches, and it says, just a note. So I know who it's from because of the address on the outside. Oh, look at this beautiful card, guys. It's like the envelope. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. This will be going in my scrapbook. And it says, just a note. And the inside was blank except for the pictures. And then you write in it your note. Look how pretty that is. Okay, let's see. So it says, Becca. Hey, sweet lady. Aw, thank you. I found these Dr. Seuss diapers in clearance at Walmart and wanted to share. They are all newborn size, as that is all that was left. Hope you enjoy them. Hugs and love, Ren at Bushel and a Peck Nursery. So I will have her link to her channel also in the description. Because of the Happy Mail she sent me, go check it. I've already shouted out her channel, but because I got Happy Mail, I'm gonna shout it out again. Go check out Ren. She's not new to the community. She's been commenting, for a while on our videos, but she's just started out making videos, and she's not real consistent because it's new and she's trying to get the hang of it. But the last time I checked, she had 2 videos up, and one of them was a winning that she won from a dolly giveaway from me. And so go check her out, watch her videos she has up, and encourage her to make more videos, okay? Encourage her to make more videos. Let her know Becca sent you from Becca's Happy Place. Just for the fun of it. So let's see these diapers. She sent me, in case y'all don't know, she sent me some, what was his name? Grinch diapers before Christmas. And I loved them. She sent 2 different sizes. But, oh my goodness, these are so cute. So cute. She sent 2 in this pattern. They're white background. And they have not all, but they have some of the Dr. Seuss characters on it. Look how cute. I love it. Thank you, Ren. Oh, that's so cute. She sent me 2 in that pattern. 3 in that pattern. Okay, it was up under this one. And then she sent this one that would be good for my boys. Of course, girls can wear it too. But this is so cute. It's a blue background. And I can't recall what scene this is. But it has like a Dr. Seuss house, one of the houses in Dr. Seuss has like helium balloons and stuff on it. It's so cute. That's one side. And then here's the other side that's a little bit different. Isn't that gorgeous? I love them. Thank you so much, Ren. I love them. And you are so sweet, girl. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. Well, guys, Rocking with Becca, I don't guess it's going to be a rocking video. Most of you know why. I have a baby behind my back. Not a dolly baby, but a doggy baby. I raised up to do this, and she got up behind my back. And Mama don't have the heart to make her move. So, I wish she would, because I wanted to sit back. I haven't even gotten on my topic yet, and I wanted to sit back and enjoy this video. I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to move her. I think I'm going to put her on the bed. Because I really need to sit back. My back is hurting. I hate to do it, guys, but I've got to. I've got to. Can you see her? Look. Look at Mama's baby. Alright, hold on a minute. I'm going to go put her on the bed. Come on, baby. Mama's got to sit back, okay? I'm sorry. Get right here. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Lay down. I just hate so bad to do that when she's wanting to be with me. Oh, Mama is such a softie when it comes to her little fur baby. Mama, she's got her ears back. She's hurt because Mama moved her. Oh, I can't hardly stand it, guys. Mama, get you in a minute, baby. Okay, lay down and rest. Lay down and rest. All right, guys, I think I've covered all of those, all the preliminaries of this of this video. So, we're going to start on our topic. And, oh my goodness. Anyway, hopefully I can do this in a condensed manner. As y'all know, or most of you know, I have been asking for topics to discuss in Rocking with Becca. And we've got some, I don't have a whole lot, so I need some input here, guys. I need some topics that you'd like for me to discuss. If I don't know anything about the topic, I'll do my best to find something about it, or either tell you that I just didn't know, how to talk about that topic. But I'd like for you in the comments to leave some topics you would like me to discuss. It can be dolly related, about our hobby. You can ask me questions about myself. I'm not a real private person. There are some things that, that I don't tell. Like, I don't tell my finances, and, I might tell if I don't have any money, but as far as the amount and stuff like that, I don't tell that. But it's very limited to the things that I don't tell. And there are a few little things that I keep to myself or only tell certain people, that I wouldn't want to just put out on the internet for everybody to hear. But basically, I'm not a real private person. So, if there's anything you would like to ask me about me, things I do, my life, my religion, my spiritual, whatever. If there's anything you want to ask me, feel free to ask questions about myself, my health, whatever you want to ask. If it's one of the items that I just do not tell, I'll in your comment, I won't do it publicly, but in your comment, when you leave the topic, I'll just comment that that's just something I would rather not talk about online. So, but like I said, there's not a whole lot that I keep. And whenever I encounter a person and I ask them a question that I think is just common questions that is no big deal, and they keep it, they won't give, answer that question, and they, they don't share that. To me, I think, man, that is so strange. What's the big deal of telling that, but I'm just not a real private person. So, the topic for today was suggested by Little Midwest Reborn Dolls, and that is Gina. If you haven't seen her videos, go check her out. I will also have her link in the description, so go check out Gina at Little Midwest Reborn Dolls. And her question was, there are some things that I talk about that I don't keep to myself, but it's a little embarrassing. And this topic is going to be one of them. Do you physically go to church with your hubby? This is a little embarrassing to talk about, but it's not one of those issues that I don't discuss with people. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, even though it's embarrassing, I really would like to talk about it and kind of explain why, and maybe give people more of an insight of how I feel. So maybe you can understand me better and not just look at me and think, oh, she's terrible, So there are some subjects that's kind of like that I feel like I want to explain it and want you to understand me. So I will go ahead, even though it's a little embarrassing, I will go ahead and discuss it. And so the question was, do you physically go to church with your hubby? Now, in case you're new to my channel, my husband pastors a church. We have been at this church for 22 years. And I have been very active in the church up until 2020. My physical condition, my mental condition, COVID, there's been a lot of things that has taken place in my life that has taken away my being active in church. Now, we do, ever since COVID, we have been doing online services on Facebook. So if you are a friend of mine on Facebook, most of the time I share the videos from our church channel, church page, whatever you want to call it. I'll share it on my main page, and in case anybody would like to watch it. And we have services on Sunday morning and Thursday nights. And sometimes I forget to share it, but I try to remember to share every service on my main page where my friends can see it. And if they would like to like our church page, they're welcome to do so. So, to answer that question, and then to get into the explanation, I go very little physically to church since COVID. I go very little to church physically. I do watch every video and sometimes go back and rewatch them. But since COVID, of course, I've had fibromyalgia, guys. My health issues. Fibromyalgia does a lot to you, okay? And I had fibro before COVID struck. But it has, since COVID, it has advanced or increased, or however you want to put it, along with other health issues that has happened in my life. And I'm not justifying not going. You should go physically to church if you at all possibly can. And physically, I might could go more. Mentally, I can't. Okay, I'll explain it. To the best of my ability, I'm going to explain it. Well, first of all, fibro, it's an incurable disease that doctors really don't know a whole lot about. It's sort of like arthritis, except for it is not in your joints. Now, when you have arthritis, that is a joint thing. Like when you move a joint, it hurts, or you may just ache in that joint, whether you're moving it or not. But it's joint. You can tell that it's joint related. You can tell it's in your joints. Fibro is actually a nerve. Now, I'm not talking about like nervous, like mentally nerve. I'm talking about it's nerves. Your nerves in your body. It's actually nerve related, but it makes it feel like your muscles are hurting because it's your nerves. It's all over. It's not just in the joints. It's all over. It makes you feel like your muscles are hurting. So it's more of a muscle hurt than a joint hurt. But not only do you hurt, along with fibro, because it is nerve related, there's a lot of things that people say is, and this is just my opinion from my experience and from reading up on it as well. But from my experience, oh my goodness, there's my husband. Hold on, let me close the nursery door so he'll know I'm busy. I told him I was going to be doing my video. I didn't know he was going to be back this soon. And maybe if he sees my door closed, he'll realize, go get back on the bed. Go lay down. You was doing good. Go lay down. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there, girl. Good girl. Lay down. Lay down. Mama will be through in a little while, okay? But fibro is nerve related, and you know, the nerves in your body. And because it being nerve related, it makes it feel like it's your muscles because it's everywhere and not just in the joints. And fibro, what I was going to say about in my experience, you know, people say fibro causes this, fibro causes that, fibro causes this. Like they say fibro causes IBS, if you know what that means. Irritable bowel syndrome. They say fibro causes headaches, and it does, or it intensifies. Because it's dealing with your nerves, fibro intensifies, if that's the word, magnifies, intensifies any symptom, any problem you may already have, because it's dealing with your nerves. Sometimes just touching my skin hurts so bad I can't understand it. Now, it doesn't do it all the time, but there's times I just want to rip my clothes off, or if I'm under the cover in the bed, I just can't hardly stand the covers laying on me. It hurts. It hurts my skin. That is the nerves intensifying any kind of pain that you might have. And so it sounds weird, but it's true. It does that. And like I said, you have intensified IBS when you have fibro. You You do get headaches, or recognize your headaches more often than, you might would if you didn't have fibro. Let's see, let me think. It intensifies if you are, anywhere close to having depression, anxiety, stress, or anything. It intensifies that. It magnifies that. Where you might have, if you didn't have fibro, you might just feel a little kind of down, a little bit. And, oh, today I'm just not feeling good, but you wouldn't actually call it depression. Well, having fibro intensifies that. And sometimes you get so depressed that you just want to crawl under the covers and not come out. Anxiety. You may be a person that, gets stressed easy and you have anxiety, but you can deal with it and you can go on with, and push it aside and go on with what you're doing. When you have fibro, it intensifies that stress, that anxiety, and because it's dealing with your nerves, it intensifies anything that you already have in your body, or that's just slightly under the surface. It'll bring it to surface that you recognize it. Some people say that fibro causes diabetes and high blood pressure. I don't feel like that, and this is just my opinion. I'm not a doctor, but just from experience and just from the little bit that doctors do know and that has put up that I've read about, I feel like it doesn't actually cause diabetes and high blood pressure, but because it's dealing with your nerves, it intensifies those things that are laying under the surface that you may not realize you have. It will bring it out and make it recognizable because it's dealing with your nerves. And so, to get to the question about whether I go physically to church with my hubby or not, and the answer was very seldom do I go physically. And also, guys, our situations in life, whether we have fibro or not, our situations in life can affect us. And I have been through a lot, and that's one thing I will keep private and not tell, that the things that I have been through my entire life that has had effect on my anxiety, on my depression, on my stress. Come in. Okay, maybe he just opened the door, the outside door, and it rattled this one. I thought he was knocking. But anyway, as I was saying, things can happen in your life that affect you. And so I have faced a lot through my life that I will not display. But then when the shutdown came during 2020, when the shutdown came, we was just all of a sudden not allowed to go out and socialize. And even the churches, most churches went to, live videos instead of meeting physically. And that went on for a year. And just the anxiety of that, the fear that everybody was under at that point in time. And with me already having fibro and already facing other things in my life that I was stressed and under, a lot of stress and anxiety about, that the shutdown kind of was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Let me let her out, guys. Hold on. Okay, hubby's here. He has our lunch. Guys, I'm sorry. It's already long, but that don't matter. I'm going to turn this video off. I'm going to go eat lunch. He has our lunch in there. and I will come back and finish this topic. If I have to go back and watch the end of this video to know the end of this clip to know where I left off, I will, but I'll piece it together to you. You won't know the difference, but I'm gonna go. I shouldn't have started it. I should have realized. I forgot he was bringing us lunch. So I'm going to go take care of that, and I'll be back to finish this video, which will only be a blink of an eye to you. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I thought hubby was going to be longer than what he was, but he came back with our lunch, and I had to go eat so our lunch wouldn't get cold. But anyway, I was talking about how fibro intensifies things, and you know, I've heard people say, or I've heard, or read, you know, articles and things saying fibro can cause diabetes and it can cause high blood pressure. I don't, and like I said, it's just my opinion. I don't feel like that it actually causes those things. I feel like if you have hidden diseases that are just under the surface that has not shown itself yet, that it will cause it to come on out, because it is dealing with your nerves, not nerves, but you know, the nerves in your body. And anytime your nerves are messed with, it intensifies things. Because that's really what you feel with, you know, that's what directs your body, you know, your functions, your nerves. I know I went one time, and the first and only time I've ever experienced this, I went one time to get blood work done. And they took it out of here in my arm. And a lady had told me before about that they had hit a nerve when they took blood from her one time, and how bad it was. She said she screamed, and I thought, man. But because I had never experienced it at that point in time. So this one time I went and to get blood work, and they hit a nerve. When they put that needle, when that nurse put that needle in, or whatever you call her. I don't think she was actually a nurse. I don't know what technician, whatever they're called, that does the blood work. When she stuck that needle in, it hit her nerve, and oh my goodness, that was the worst pain. It was because it was a tingly, intensified, because it was the nerve. But when they hit that nerve, oh my goodness, my whole arm, up and down my whole arm, just, it was, and she kept it in there because I didn't really know what to say or do. I just said, oh, 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 and then I remembered about the person telling me they hit a nerve, and I said, I think you hit a nerve, I think you hit, and I wanted to just scream, it hurt so bad. And so she finally she didn't get blood that time. So she took the needle out, and oh my goodness. And it hurt for days because it damaged that nerve. And they actually had to, the doctor gave me a Lyrica, which is, you know, it repairs or helps to repair you know, nerves in your body, your nerves that's inside your skin and your body. So, and I wasn't charged for it because it was something that the technician, you know, they don't know when they're going to hit a nerve. It's just something you have to, you know, you just chance. And it happens occasionally, not often, but it does happen occasionally. And, but it was days before my arm quit hurting. Now, once she took the needle out, it wasn't as intense, you know, because the needle was actually in the nerve, you know, but when she removed it, the pain eased from that, just where I wanted to scream, but it just left it hurting for days. And so fibro being a dealing with your nerves, it intensifies anything that happens or anything that's under, under the surface that hasn't shown itself yet. It will bring it out and intensify it. That's my observation and my feelings since I've had fibro. So to get to the actual question, it has fibro has intensified my anxiety. It has intensified my depression. It has intensified my stress. And then along with the shutdown and not being able to get out and to socialize, and I never did get back to normal after the shutdown. I never did get back to normal. I have went out, occasionally, but I never got back to normal. So, and I'm just going to say, just like for tomorrow, tomorrow being Sunday, we have a visiting preacher coming and his wife, and they're actually a family member. All right, guys, I'm not putting her up this time. I'm going to lay Darla down, and I'm going to get my baby. I can't do it again. But Macy, this chair is just not big enough for both of us, baby. Mama's a big lady. Now, you can't cover my face. I'm talking. Okay? You can't cover my face. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't want it to be like this. I wanted to be able to talk. But I can't turn her down again. But, like I said, we have a visiting preacher coming tomorrow, and they're actually family members. The lady is my husband's niece, and her husband, and they're going to be preaching. He's going to be preaching tomorrow. Well, I don't know, guys, if I'm going to be able to make myself go to church. And you may say, well, that's family members. Why couldn't you go? It's hard to explain. Just talking to you about it now, I felt my anxiety go. And it puts me in a bad place because I know my husband wants me to go to church. He wants me to be there to support him. Although I do support him, and I encourage him, and I tell him how well he done on this message, but I'm not there physically to give him support. And I know that's hard on him. But guys, sometimes I just cannot, most of the time, I just cannot make myself go. I don't know, I just can't seem to communicate with people physically anymore. It makes my stress just rise so high that I literally get physically sick. It messes up my stomach. I get jittery. I get a headache. I literally get physically sick when my anxiety rises. And I don't know. I communicate with y'all, but I'm talking to a camera. You're not here physically. If you was here physically, I probably couldn't do it. I probably couldn't handle it anxiety-wise. I'm sorry, I don't want to be that way. But the thought of going to church, because usually I'm feeling bad too, especially early in the morning. I go to church and to have to sit there through the message, through the service, and I'm usually miserable physically because of my back or whatever reason, or my stress has stressed me to it's made me sick physically. And then to have to fellowship physically, to have to sit and talk with a person physically. I can't explain it. It just makes my anxiety so high. Hello, Macy. Are you going to let me talk? Oh, Mama's baby. Mama's baby. Guys, she's spoiled because it's just me and her here most of the time. You know, hubby works. Well, now he's home more than he's working because he's on semi-retirement. But it was just me and her here 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And when he was working, you know, regular. And I spoil her. I give her her way, as y'all can see. Sorry she's blocking half of my face. But anyway, it's hard to explain unless you have social anxiety. You don't realize exactly what I'm talking about. You can try to understand it. You can try to, and you can be sympathetic, and you can, but you can't really understand where I'm at unless you have social anxiety. And I have that bad since the shutdown. Like I said, I've never gotten back to my normal way of, I used to love to go out and eat. Used to love it. Well, now, my husband can't hardly get me to go out and eat. I don't mean to be mean, and I'm not trying to be, you know, contrary or not being cooperative with him. I'm not trying to do that. It's just the anxiety makes me physically sick. I have to run to the bathroom. I get nervous and jittery. I get a headache. I almost become infunctional if my anxiety gets that, you know, that bad. And so we have a small church, very small, especially since the shutdown. We have a very small church, and I don't know, I try to justify it with that, and which is no justification for not going to church. Especially if you can get up and move around and do things in the house. Which, if you recall, I told you about a person coming in my house the Sunday before Thanksgiving. If you recall, if you hadn't seen that video, go look it up. It would be one of the videos right after the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Macy, you're pulling my shoulders, dress down off my shoulder. You're in the way. People can't see me. You're going to have to get down, baby. As bad as I hate to make you get down, you're going to have to, okay? Mama will hug and snuggle with you after the video, all right? Okay, good girl. Go get on the bed. That stresses me out. That raises my anxiety right there. What I mean is, I love my baby to death. I want her to love me. I want her to want to be with me, because most of the time, you know, it's just me and her. And most of my videos, I do standing up at the changing table, and it, you know, so therefore she can't be climbing all over me. But when I do a sit down, when I'm doing a sit down video, and she's on me like that, I feel bad because I'm always, you know, giving in to her and letting her be on me. I feel bad whenever I have to make her not. And I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I'm the mother. I'm the, you know, I should make her do what I want her to do. Sorry, guys, but she's got me pulled all out of proportions here. Sorry about that. But it stresses me out when I'm trying to do a video and she's up in my lap. And she didn't go get on the bed. She's down here trying her best to get back in my lap. But anyway, no, go get on the bed. You're going to have to listen to Mama right now. Go get on the bed. Get up there. Good girl. Now stay up there until I get through. I hate to have to do that, guys. Oh, I hate it. But anyway, like I said, since, and I probably, with all the interruptions, I probably haven't made a bit of sense in my talk. I've been interrupted so many times. But since the shutdown, my social anxiety has just went berserk. Now, as I look back over my life, I have always had social anxiety. I didn't know to call it that. And it wasn't so intense that I couldn't function and go do things. It's just while I was there, I was under so much anxiety. But not because I didn't have other, problems. And I was young, I was able to deal with the anxiety that it caused. But now, at my age, I am 62 years old. In April, I will be 63. I have arthritis. I have fibro, which I feel like has intensified my diabetes and my blood pressure and things that I'm constantly having to deal with. And it has increased my depression, my stress, my anxiety, my social anxiety. All, like I said, now that I think back over my life, no, Macy, go. As I look back over my life, I have always had to deal with social anxiety, always. But I just didn't know to call it that. I've never been diagnosed, actually from a specialist, a doctor or whatever. I've never been diagnosed with it until recently. But I have dealt with social anxiety all my life. It's been intensified with things that has happened, with physical problems, with... Alright, stay right there. In case you don't know, she's black. There she is. Can you see her? I thought I was keeping her down by sticking my hand out. You're just going to have to sit like that, Macy. But anyway, sit right there. If you won't listen to me, you're going to sit just like that. But anyway, I'm going to have to shorten this. Well, it's not really short, but I'm talking about I'm going to have to end it. I hope I've made sense. Gina, I hope I've answered your question. I hope I have somehow helped those that don't understand to realize where I'm at. I just, like I was saying for tomorrow, even though it's a family members that is coming, when I think about it today, it's not even tomorrow yet. When I think about it today, it causes my anxiety to rise. And I feel like it's just gonna, when my anxiety gets that bad, not only does it affect all the things I've already mentioned that the anxiety does to me physically, it just feels like my head is gonna, the top is gonna explode. Not necessarily a headache hurting, just pressure, just that, and I get irritable. I might as well say it. I get irritable when it gets that high. And sometimes I just don't feel like I can deal with that. I just don't feel like I can deal with those feelings, and well, most of the time now. So that's why I don't go physically often. I know it's horrible with my husband being the pastor. I'm supposed to be the pastor's wife. I know it's horrible that I don't go physically, as more than what I do. But I do say that, I try to justify it with, of course, being a small church is more of a reason really that I need to go to be there for support. But guys, I just cannot handle it mentally or physically sometimes, most of the time, the majority of the time. I cannot handle the stress, the anxiety, the physical illness that it causes when I get stressed and when I get high anxiety. And unless, it's so hard to explain, to make a person understand where you're at and where you're coming from when you have these things, because my sisters, Now, my younger sister would be more understanding because she don't get out much. She stays home most of the time, but she don't have anxiety like I do that she won't get out. You know, she does go shopping sometimes, and she goes to church, and like today she's at my mom's. Quit, Macy, sit still. She's at my mom's visiting her, and it was all I could do to go. Was it Christmas? No, it was the week after Christmas. Christmas Day, we didn't go nowhere. I couldn't make myself go. I think it was the Sunday after Christmas. No, it was New Year's. Yeah, Sunday after Christmas, New Year's Day. I went, and I was physically ill when I got home because of the anxiety. Even though that was my mom and my sister and her family and my hubby was with me, I just couldn't handle it. I did make myself go to visit, but I was physically ill when I got home. And the majority of the time I can't deal with what it does to me. The stress, the anxiety. So most of the time, I don't go anywhere. Church, to visit my family. Definitely don't go shopping. Hubby does all the shopping. If I do any shopping, it's online. I totally go nowhere but where I absolutely have to go. And that's to doctors when I have to go. And I should consider every service going to church as I have to. But the thing about the going to the church part, and I'm not justifying it. I should go. I should go. But it's not just when you go to a doctor, that's like every 3 or 4 months you go, for your updated, to update your medicine, to, just for a checkup, or if you get sick and need to go. But it's not an everyday or every week thing. Going to church is twice a week, and my anxiety cannot handle that. Like I said, right now, I'm just feeling, just thinking about it and talking about knowing in the morning service. My anxiety cannot handle that often like that. If it was once a month, or I don't know if I could go every time once a month, guys. I'm sorry. But if it was like, you only had to go to church every 3 months, I probably couldn't make myself go. But when it's twice a week every week, then I'm going to go, guys. Very quickly, I'm going to go. But when it's twice a week every week, my anxiety cannot take it. My body, my mind, I can't take it. So to answer the question, I go very little. Very few times do I go physically to church with my hubby. I support him as much as I can possibly support him from home. He's a wonderful husband. When I say understanding, he's very, I don't know if he really understands what I'm going through, but he tries to understand, and he's supportive of me. He doesn't demand that I go. He leaves that up to me. I'm sorry. I feel very bad about it because it's something I should do, is go to church. But whenever you have to go through so much physical and mental stress and anxiety, and it makes you physically sick, I can't deal with that twice a week every week. I'm sorry. I just can't. So I do the best I can to support him from home and going when I can make myself go. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know that I'm going to be able to make myself go in the morning because, not only do you talk to him before church, you talk to him after church, and being the pastor, we would take them out to eat, so I would have to entertain and fellowship them. And my social anxiety won't allow it. Just won't allow it. Now, if I could go to church, speak to them, say hi, go to church, when service was over, tell them bye, hug their neck, and leave, I might could do that. But me being the pastor's wife, I would be expected to go out with them, you know, because hubby's going to take them out, you know, and feed them after the service. And I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't. So, guys, I don't know how long these 2 clips are going to end up being. Hopefully, it ain't no longer than it normally is. Sorry about all the interruptions. When it's warmer, if it's not, you know, too hot that I can leave Macy out, I'm going to start doing like I did last Saturday, and I'm going to put her out in the fenced-in yard so I can do my videos in peace. I know it's my fault that she does like she does because I don't make her do different. I may try a few times, but whenever, you know, when she's persistent, I end up letting her do what she wants to do. And that's my fault. But I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. I hope I've made sense. Gina, I hope I've answered your question. I hope I've helped those that doesn't have social anxiety to maybe understand a little bit more where I'm coming from. Those of you that has it, you know exactly where I'm coming from. I hope I've made sense. I feel like I have been interrupted so many times that I have not made a bit of sense in this video. But if you have any topic, like I said, any topic you want me to discuss, it's not that I'm a professional on the topic. It's just that I'm discussing it according to my opinion. Or if it's something I know nothing about, then I will just let you know that that's a subject I know nothing about and really couldn't justify. I might come on and tell what the topic is and ask you your opinion and ask you to, you know, make a video telling your opinion of it. But as far as me being able to discuss it in length, I wouldn't be able, you know, if it's a subject I know nothing about. But it can be our hobby related. You can ask me other things about my life that you might want to ask. And, you know, and like I said, I'm not a real private person, so it would have to be something, you know, really intense that I wouldn't discuss. So, yeah, just leave in the comments below any questions or topics that you would like for me to talk about. And concerning me, concerning the Dolly hobby, whatever. So, I'm going to go, guys. I hope I've made sense. I hope this video hasn't been too long. With it being 2 different clips, I can't tell. So, anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you all later.